Welcome to our video on the cost of living in Stockholm. Stockholm is a beautiful and vibrant city, known for its friendly people, scenic views, and high quality of life. However, like many places worldwide, Sweden has felt the impact of inflation over the past few years. Prices in Stockholm have risen, from housing to food and transportation. But even with these increases, Stockholm remains an amazing city to live in, with plenty of ways to manage your budget and enjoy the best of what this city has to offer. Let's dive into what you can expect. 1. Housing costs. Housing is one of the biggest expenses here, so let's start with renting prices in Stockholm. If you're looking to rent a studio apartment in the city center, you can expect to pay around 10,000 Swedish kroner per month. Moving a bit further from the center, renting a similar studio might cost about 7,000 kroner monthly. For a larger place, like a 2-bedroom apartment in the city center, the average rent is around 19,000 per month. Whereas outside the city center, a 2-bedroom apartment is more affordable, with rents averaging about 11,000 kroner monthly. If you're considering buying, the average cost per square meter in Stockholm is approximately 80,000 Swedish kroner. Prices significantly vary depending on the area. A 50 square meter apartment on the edges could cost around 2 million kroner. But if you are looking closer to the city center, you can easily pay 5 million kroner or even more. Meanwhile, if you're willing to live yet further out, let's say around 80 kilometers away, the prices drop significantly. For instance, if you choose to live in Lillsidan for a 50 square meter apartment, you can pay as little as 700,000 Swedish kroner. Or in the city called Södertälje, which is 40 kilometers away from Stockholm, the prices start from 750,000 kroner. There is also another option for those who consider different parts of Sweden. There you can find lots of cities and villages with a price as low as 60,000 Swedish kroner, or even less for well-maintained 50 square meters apartment. Here is an example. And another. I recommend checking the website hemnet.se. There you will find apartments to buy for every pocket. Or if you prefer to rent, you can visit the site bostad.blocket.se. Links in the description. 2. Utilities. Utility costs in Stockholm are relatively standard and manageable for most households. Electricity and water together usually come to around 1,000 kroner per month for an apartment, depending on usage and the season, with winter months sometimes seeing a slight increase. Internet costs are around 350 per month, and if you want a TV package, expect to pay about 150 monthly. For mobile phone plans, a basic one typically costs around 200 per month, covering calls, texts, and a modest data plan. Overall, utility expenses are predictable, making it easier to plan your monthly budget. 3. Groceries. Now let's talk groceries. On average, a liter of milk costs about 15 kroner. Cheese per kilogram averages around 110, and sliced ham for sandwiches costs about 40 per 200 grams. Chicken breasts cost around 110 kroner per kilogram, and eggs are around 40 kroner for a dozen. Fresh fruits and vegetables like apples and bananas are around 30 kroner per kilogram, and tomatoes are about 40. A loaf of bread costs around 25 kroner, while a local beer bottle will cost about 20. Fancy a good bottle of wine for a cozy evening? It will cost you around 100 kroner. For a sweet treat, chocolate bars are typically priced at about 20 each. In a nutshell, a single person monthly grocery costs can be around 3,000 kroner depending on the habits. Whereas for a family of 3, you're looking at around 7,000 per month. 4. Eating out. Dining out in Stockholm is a popular option. A cup of coffee costs around 35 kroner, and a croissant goes for about 25. If you're grabbing a quick lunch, a hamburger costs around 100, while a kebab is around 90 kroner. Pizza in Stockholm typically costs about 130 kroner. For a sit-down dinner, the average cost is around 300 per person plus drinks. A glass of wine at a restaurant is around 100 kroner, and beer is usually about 70. If you're eating out a few times a month, a single person might spend around 1,500 kroner, while a family could spend about 4,000 monthly. 5. Transportation. Public transport in Stockholm is highly accessible, efficient, and widely used by residents. A monthly pass costs around 840 kroner, allowing unlimited travel on buses, trains, and the metro within the city and surrounding areas, making it an affordable choice for daily commuting. If you own a car, however, you'll face additional expenses. Car insurance averages around 500 kroner per month, while road taxes are typically about 200. If you're commuting daily, tolls can add another 500 to your monthly costs. Gasoline is between 20 and 25 kroner per liter, so regular driving can bring car expenses up to 2,000 kroner per month or even more depending on your mileage. Owning a car offers flexibility, but comes with significantly higher costs than public transportation. 6. Education and daycare. In Sweden, public schools are free for all children and are known for their high educational standards, ensuring quality learning opportunities for everyone. This commitment to accessible education is a huge benefit for families, as it helps reduce overall household expenses. Daycare is also available for young children, with fees adjusted according to family income. For most families, the cost of daycare ranges between 1,000 and 1,500 kroner per month, making it an affordable option. The Swedish system ensures that all children have access to early learning and care, regardless of family income. 7. Healthcare costs. Healthcare in Sweden is heavily subsidized, making it both affordable and accessible for residents. A standard visit to the doctor for a general checkup typically costs around 200 kroner, while appointments with specialists are usually around 400. Importantly, Sweden's healthcare system has an annual cap on fees, so once you reach a certain amount, in most cases between 1,400 and 2,800 kroner, any additional visits are free for the remainder of the year. This system provides peace of mind, knowing that medical expenses are limited, and encourages people to seek care when they need it without worrying about high costs. Prescription medications are also subsidized, further reducing healthcare expenses for patients. In addition, dental care is free for children and young people until the year they turn 23. This applies to both private and public dental care. 8. Leisure activities. Living in Stockholm also includes some leisure expenses, and there are options for every interest. A standard haircut costs around 400 kroner. For a perfect night out, a cinema ticket costs approximately 160. A monthly gym membership is around 400 kroner, giving you access to fitness facilities across the city. For children, music classes or swimming lessons typically cost around 1,200 kroner per month. If you're looking for a full day of family fun, a ticket to Gröna Lund amusement park in Stockholm averages around 500 per person. Breakdown of monthly expenses. Let's do a quick summary of monthly expenses. For a single person living in Stockholm, monthly expenses can be broken down as follows. Rent for a studio apartment outside the city center costs around 7,000 kroner. Utilities, including electricity and water, add approximately 1,300 to the monthly budget. Groceries come to about 3,000 per month, and dining out occasionally costs around 1,500. Public transport is a convenient option, with a monthly pass costing about 840 kroner. For those interested in fitness, a gym membership averages 400 SEK per month. Altogether, the total monthly expenses for a single person living in Stockholm are approximately 14,000 kroner. Now for a family of 3 living in Stockholm, monthly expenses are generally as follows. Rent for a 2-bedroom apartment outside the city center is around 11,000 kroner. Utilities, including electricity and water, typically cost about 1,800 kroner per month. Grocery expenses for the family come to approximately 7,000 each month, while dining out occasionally adds up another 4,000 kroner to the budget. Public transport for 2 adults is 1,680 kroner monthly, and for fitness, gym memberships for 2 adults you will pay 800 kroner. Altogether, the total monthly expenses for a family of 3 in Stockholm come to approximately 26,280 Swedish kroner. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope it helped you get a clearer picture of life in Stockholm and the typical costs you might encounter. Understanding these expenses can make budgeting or preparation a whole lot easier. Don't forget to check out our next video on salaries in Sweden, where we'll look at how these expenses balance out with income. Thanks again, and see you next time.